Hi, everyone. I am Anna, and welcome to today's message from our Fear series, Fear 108. Do not fear love in the fight. Today's verse is Deuteronomy 24. For the Lord your God is he who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you the victory. A message for believers that God is present and fights our battles with us, guaranteeing triumph over the enemy. It is this promise of God's faithfulness and love that allows us to live with courage and to know that we are not alone in our battles. This verse specifically was the one delivered by Moses to the Israelites before entering Canaan, reminding them that they should trust God, who would guide them and protect them. Though this verse is tied to physical war in the Bible and how God provided instruction to the Israelites, it is really about preparing us for any battle that we will face. As humans, we do sometimes engage in physical battle, especially our military men and women who have to fight those battles, sometimes overseas, but mostly those are physical battles that are against each other. And these, though rare among us, are difficult battles to face. But most often, we face spiritual, emotional, and psychological battles. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard the Pat Benatar song, Love is a Battlefield. That song, when you listen to the lyrics, really is about the challenges of love and that love brings emotional turmoil. The lyrics are those of emotional struggle and conflict, comparing love to a battlefield, where hearts are the casualty in the pursuit of love. And love is portrayed as fierce, unpredictable, uncertain, vulnerable, and inevitably where our emotional wounds cause pain. It causes confusion and uncertainty. And this song explains that the universal experience of love and the emotional journey connected to it are always tied to confusion and pain. And how about this one? How about Life is a Battlefield by Zero? This is a song about soldiers who have sacrificed in the line of duty and the sadness and grief that's endured by their families. The lyrics highlight the struggles, racial adversity, and seeking justice. It encourages love and unity and faith. It reminds the listener that shared humanity is important because the struggle is a collective experience of shared humanity, and regardless of who you are and where you're from. It tells you to stand together because life is a battlefield, and challenges and temptation will take your soul if you do not surrender to faith and love. These are two very different songs, but with the same message. We live in a battlefield, but we have the power to overcome it with our love. So how about this? Have you ever heard of the battlefield of the mind? Well, this one, it isn't a song. It's really a book. But it is something that we are afflicted with as humans. The battles we fight, like worry, doubt, confusion, depression, anger, negative thoughts, thoughts of loss or abandonment, toxic love, temptation, rejection, fear, and pride, are all a type of warfare. These are the signs of an intense war that is raging within, and it lives in the battlefield of our mind and in our soul. It is a physically unseen fight that is waged by Satan, and he'll do anything he can to prevent us from walking in God's plan and will for our lives. And he wages this war using deception and creating negative thoughts. And he will get you to believe things that are untrue and straight up lies. And he puts us in the fight of our lives, a fight of good versus evil for our allegiance. It is an epic fight for the ages for your soul. And whether you understand that entirely or not, When we engage in spiritual, emotional, physical, and psychological battles every day, God goes ahead of us and destroys evil with his words and his incredible power. He redeems us in justice. He gives us strength through his love and mercy, and his perfect love defends the weak and punishes the evil who cause harm. The wicked perish, and God destroys them with his mighty hand. And in the end, as you know in Revelations, he will crush Satan under his feet. So today's message is this. Take heart, my friends, because God promises us deliverance from evil. But the only way to fight this battle and be successful is with God. He is our main line of defense. And you can rest assured that you are well equipped because your God, well, he's a warrior. And he'll intervene for you, help you fight, and deliver justice, whether you fully recognize it or not. And when God comes to your defense, fighting hard with spiritual weapons and his mighty power to save us, there is nothing that can stand against it. God is a defender of humans, and he desires for us to overcome whatever comes for us, and he knows how to battle way better than we can alone. It is his love that actually saves us. In fact, God's love is so strong that we are given the power to walk out of this life alive, spiritually, if we choose. So, my friends, live courageously. Wear the armor of God. Be resilient in your faith and trust in God's promises. Stand firm against attack and act in faith and wisdom, anchoring your heart in God's unconditional love. Because I can tell you, there is no fear or mind game that Satan can bring to this fight that can outrun the love of God. My friends, love is the answer. If this resonated with you, please like and share my post. Thank you for your donations to my divine mission and for helping me to keep my messages alive. I'll see you next time.